fat, it's a three-lettered F word for most people. People have a love-hate relationship with it. People, they crave it so much, yet they're also very much afraid of it. Okay? There are a lot of misconceptions about fat. There are a lot of benefits that people can get out of having fat in their diet, and I'm going to be touching on those. Just for an example, one of the things I do is I encourage clients during the holiday season, if you're going out, if you're in a rush for your doing your Christmas shopping, I encourage clients to take like a big chunk of cheese and eat that before heading off to the mall. Why? Because fat takes longer to break down, so it stays with you. So while you're doing your tour of the mall, getting your gifts and everything, it basically is going to help you to hold off from going down to the food court and getting some sort of, 500 or 1,000 calorie food item from one of those food stalls. It really does have a benefit. When you consume fat, your body produces a hormone called cholecystokin, CCK for short. What CCK does is it acts as a shut-off valve to the brain. It basically lets you know when you're satisfied. Have you ever watched one of those programs where they have a health professional and they're saying how this little tiny candy bar has the same amount of calories as this humongous bowl of lettuce? The whole idea, though, is if you were to consume that huge bowl of lettuce, your stomach would just want to rip open, but you still wouldn't be satisfied. It's because there's no fat in it. Not only that, but what fat does is it helps you to break down fat-soluble vitamins like A, D, E, and K. It strengthens your skin, provides smoother, richer skins, fuller hair, stronger nails. It's also protein sparing, so protein is a building block for cellular development, muscular development. So the idea is that it'll actually keep the protein designated for its vital task. The big things for weight loss is that it slows carbohydrate breakdown, and it also helps to keep your insulin levels in check. It keeps you full, as I had mentioned, and it satisfies your appetite for a longer period of time. One of the odd things that I run into is women who are just come on the dating scene, and they go on a low-fat diet. Now, one of the things, as I was saying, fat basically it helps to reinforce cellular tissue, the skin and things like this. So it actually is responsible also for reinforcing the lining of the vaginal wall. Not only that, but for also producing the mucus that lines the vaginal wall. So if you're consuming very little fat or no fat, then you're potentially going to be deficient in those areas and leave yourself victim to things like vaginal dryness. Just from a guy's perspective, it's really not a characteristic that guys tend to like, and so it is vital that you do consume adequate amounts of fat. Fat really is a good macronutrient that you do want to include. So just quickly, going to go over it again. Fat, what it does in regards to the weight loss is it keeps your insulin levels in check. Okay, it slows down carbohydrate breakdown. Both those work the same idea, so you're keeping the insulin levels down so that you're still burning fatty acids. Also, the idea, and this is the big one, is when you consume fat, your body will release fatty acids more readily, okay? And then the other thing is that it does satisfy your appetite, and fat takes longer to break down so that it stays with you longer, so that you're not going to get hungry as soon or as often, okay? And that basically includes the benefits to fat.